I've been having some technical difficulties. I hope this live video keeps going. If not, I will keep trying until I get it to work. I may just record it and then throw something up for you so that you can get all of the information that you need for tonight. This is episode 8 of Rachel Pilcher Writing Workshops, and I wanted to make sure that everybody's here. We'll see if it's still blinking live. Hopefully I won't lose the connection. Tonight's topic is going to be writing your artist biography. In writing your artist biography, you always want to make sure that you do have something on hand. That way if you write something and you're talking to somebody about your poetry or your short story or even a screenplay or a novel, that you have something that you can put out there and already have in hand ready to go. So I'm hoping that the information I give you tonight is going to be able to give you all the tools that you need to get your artist biography written. Now, I know in some people, whenever I talked about, making sure you have your artist biography, they think, oh, you mean I have to write a 300-page biography of everything I've done in my life? No, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about just the one little brief paragraph that tells people who you are, what you've done, and where they can find you. They can find more information about you, what you've written. So, your biography is something that, like I said, you will give to a literary journal or a publisher or anybody who's looking for just basic information about you. So it should be no more than a paragraph long. It should list a variety of literary accomplishments if you have them. So if you don't have anything published, that's okay. It's better to start off sometimes not having anything that is published on your biography, because that means that the person that's getting your work is going to go, oh, I've got somebody fresh. I've got somebody that nobody's read yet, so I can get them out there. So don't feel like, oh, I'm already behind because I don't have anything written. It should also list your education, especially if it's something that's interesting, if it's something different from your writing or if it influences it. So whenever on my artist biography, I have that I have a bachelor's degree in English and history, that I have a master's degree in library science. And if you don't have education, it's okay. You don't have to put that. Everything on here is pretty much optional. There are a few things that you really should have. And I will point that out as we're going. One of those things would be the type of genre that you write in, because so many people are interested in, oh, well, where's the next big sci-fi person going to be? Or, I like reading romances. This person writes romances. I'm going to check them out. So it gives kind of a clue to the reader as to what your normal genre is. And there are a lot of people that write in multiple genres, and that's okay too. But you'll want to include those genres. You might write fiction. You might write nonfiction. Include it. If you have any unusual hobbies, or if you do something odd, you'll want to include that. And by odd, if you're a noodler and you like to go get catfish in Oklahoma, put that in there. That's pretty funny. That's interesting. Maybe not funny, but it's interesting. Especially if you're writing, gritty crime dramas. In your spare time you like to go noodling. That's a pretty cool thing. But definitely put that information in there. So if you are like a whiskey connoisseur, one of my writers in this last issue of Panther City Review, he put, I'm a connoisseur of whiskey and I can teach you everything you need to know. That's something that's interesting. Include it. And you'll always want to conclude your biography with a way that people can find you. So, and that's usually the way that they can find you is if it's on the internet. So if you have a website or if you do a blog, you'll want to put your blog or website address on there. If you have a professional page on Facebook, you'll want to put that on there. If you're on Instagram, whatever it is, the best way that you want people to find you. I wouldn't put all of them on there. I'd pick one that is the best and make sure that that all links to the other things. That way people can find you in multiple places. They can go, oh, I'm on this person's Facebook page, and it needs to be a professional page. I wouldn't link to your personal page. But I'm on this person's Facebook page and they're on Instagram. I wonder what they put on Instagram. And then go over to Instagram and they can, you can have the link and it'll go over there to you. So make sure that you have where they can find you online. So what I'm going to do real quick is I have 2 examples that I'm going to read to you of artist biographies and kind of show you, and it's going to be backwards, and I apologize, but that's how that's how Facebook video works. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to read to you what the biography says. That way you can see how all of that is included in what they have as their biographies. So the first one is going to be from Julia Cameron's book, The Right to Write. It's a paperback book. If you've read The Artist's Way, if you've gone through that process, this is one of her other books, The Right to Write. Very clever title. So her biography, I'm going to get really close. You can kind of see it. It has a picture of her. Everything's backwards to you, but I'm going to read it. Award-winning writer Julia Cameron is the author of 17 books, fiction and nonfiction, including The Artist's Way, The Vein of Gold, and The Right to Write. Her best-selling works on the creative process. A novelist, playwright, songwriter, and poet, she has extensive credits in theater, film, and television. So from The Right to Write, you'll notice that it doesn't have a place where you can find her on the internet. And the main reason that is this book was originally written in 1998, and the paperback was put out in 1999. So not very many people had websites back then. And if they did, not very many people had internet so that they could look at it. But it hits all of those key points that you see. You know, it didn't really list education, but it listed her other publications. It listed other things. So, you know, take a moment, go look at your bookshelf and see what the artist biographies look like, and then make sure that you emulate them. The last one I'm going to read is going to be from Julie Murphy. She is a local author. She's from Fort Worth. She writes young adult books. Her artist biography, since this is a hardcover, it's on the inside cover, so you can kind of see it. Just a paragraph. Julie Murphy lives in North Texas with her husband, who loves her, her dog, who adores her, and her cats, who tolerate her. After several wonderful years in the library world, Julie now writes full-time. When she's not writing or reliving her reference desk glory days, she can be found watching made-for-TV movies, hunting for the perfect slice of cheese pizza, and planning her next great travel adventure. She is also the author of Ramona Blue, Dumplin', and Side Effects May Vary. You can visit Julie at www.juliemurphywrites.com. See, she has the website in there. But you do notice that both of them don't include their education. Julie Murphy graduated from the same college I did. So I know she has a college degree. Doesn't matter. You can put it in there. You don't have to. It could be, you know, if you're writing psychological thrillers and you have a degree in psychology, that could be, you know, useful information that people can go, oh, well, this person might know what they're talking about. The last thing I do want to point out about those is that if you notice, their biographies are written in the third person. So, you know, it talks about Julie Murphy does this, Julia Cameron does that. That's because, I'm sure, that it's for marketing reasons. It probably makes it easier for book signings when somebody's reading the biography and they're reading, you know, Julia Cameron is the author of The Artist's Way, The Right to Write, you know, all of the books that she's written. It makes it easier for them to be able to say it in third person instead of in first person. So when you're writing your artist biography, don't use I. Write it in third person. It sounds weird, but it makes it more readable for later on. And there's a lot of times that I'll go through whenever I get somebody that I'm going to publish in Panther City Review. I didn't do it so much this time, but the last 2 times I've gone through, and if they've written it in first person, I've rewritten their biography to be in third person so it matched. But I didn't do it this time, mostly because I wanted to just read how they wrote it. But, you know, it's just better to put it in third person. So I didn't get any questions today. That's okay. If you have any questions whenever you're watching this on the replay, please feel free, put things down, make comments, anything that you think might be helpful or that you need help with on writing your biography, I will be glad to help. Last thing, on August 12th, that's going to be the next time that I will be meeting here on Facebook Live. And the topic, because I'm going to be coming back that day from a flight, and I just checked, my flight lands at DFW at 3:35, so I should be back in time by 6 o'clock to be right here with y'all. The topic is going to be writing on vacation. Should you do it? I can tell you a quick answer, yes. But we'll go into more detail at that time. Thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all are staying cool. We've had a nice little cool front come through. I know it's 100 degrees, but it was 115, so it's a lot better now than it was. So y'all have a great evening, enjoy your week, and keep writing. Bye.